About 13 miles from downtown Atlanta, welcome to Truist Park. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Athletics going up against the Atlanta Braves. First pitch coming your way next. And towing the slab here, Grant Holmes. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Shea Langoliers leading things off and takes a strike. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. And he's going to make it to first. And we'll see how they score it.
No problem beating out the infield hit right there. Good hustle getting down the line. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Nick Kurtz up next for the A's. This one ripped, but foul to the right. Yeah, that's fouled off. The 0-2. That one to first. Smith over to second, to first, and he throws it away. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice.
Well, they had the chance at turning 2 right there, but I don't think he got a good grip on the ball as he tried to transfer from glove to throwing hand. They say you can't assume a double play. I beg to differ at the big league level, but it's going to be ruled as a fielder's choice.
Brent Rooker stands in now and watches strike 1. Man at first, 1 away. And there's a foul ball. The 0-2. And that's downstairs and outside. Swing and a ball popped in the air. That's a base hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with 1 gone.
Left fielder,
You can't do much better than that on a pitch that far outside of the strike zone. Got him to chase on the 2-strike count, but he wasn't fooled. He hit that ball really well.
Tyler Soderstrom up next for the A's. That's in there, and that's strike 1. Kurtz at second. Rooker over at first with 1 away. He gets there on a slide. The feed for 1. What a double play that was. Inning over. And now the Braves will get their first crack at it. No score. Back at Truist Park, and pitching in this one for the A's, JT Ginn. What do we need to know here?
Well, primary pitch is an outstanding sinker. It's hard to pick up out of the hand, but in the last few feet really has arm side movement. Tough pitch for hitters to get the barrel of the bat on.
Here's Ronald Acuna Jr. at the plate.
Right fielder,
if you don't get ahead in the count,
13,
you can forget about having any success against him.
Ripped to the left center, base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Now the catcher up to hit, Drake Baldwin. And the 0-1. Top of the zone for a called strike.
Two really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident about finishing this hitter off. He can go anywhere he wants.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Swing and a ball softly hit out into left center. That's a hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Definitely found a perfect spot. Those can be hard sometimes. We talked about in left field. You're kind of anticipating cheating in for a ball. Hit something like that you can rob a little soft flare in front of you, but perfectly placed, so you reward the hitter with it.
Here's Matt Olson down. Runner edges away at second. Strike two.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up. Try to track the ball. Block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about. But some way, somehow, climb back into this at bat through the count.
Outside with a breaking ball. That one is absolutely belted. Could be extra bases. Runner around third. He will score and they take the lead. The relay to the plate, the tag, and he's safe. And they take a 2-run lead.
He was a little off balance. He got the front foot down, but was so great at keeping the hands back and allowed him still to get good wood to this baseball. Big one there as he drives in a couple of runs.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Austin Riley will hit next. Yeah, there's the strike. Runner at second, nobody out. Next offering is fouled back. Oh, and 2 now. Caught him looking for the K.
Batting fifth, left fielder.
Here's the Atlanta Braves lineup. The sluggers in this lineup might not be too happy about the fact that the wind is blowing in today, Chris.
Yeah, and you hear pitchers talk about how good it feels when the wind is at their back. And for hitters, you almost feel like beyond just the pitcher coming at you, you've got this other force coming against you. So important to try to get on top of the ball in terms of hitting line drives, maybe really hard ground balls with a good exit velocity that'll get you a base hit, because it's very frustrating. You just hit one on the screws, think it's going to go out of the ballpark, and an outfielder is camped underneath it in front of the warning track.
Runner at second here, one gone. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup. That's to third. Sends it across to first. 2 down.
Batting sixth, second baseman, Ozzie Albies.
And here comes Ozzie Albies to the dish.
Well, I know they've gotten out to an early lead, but you don't want to take these opportunities for granted. With 2 outs, still lock in with a quality at bat, drive in that run. You may not have another runner in scoring position the rest of this ball game.
Swings through that one.
More and more guys are looking to slug regardless of the count. In this situation, we'll keep a close eye on his approach.
Man at second. Line drive out towards left field. That's a base hit. Here comes Olsen around third. Throw is offline, and he scores. And they're up by 3.
Picks himself up an RBI. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
2 outs, runner at first. Now in for the Braves, Michael Harris the second. Check swing, and he went. Strike 1. Quick move to first. Albies dives back in. Albies off of first with 2 away.
That's a ball.
Lifted in the air down the left side, and that'll fall for a base hit. So that's 2 straight 2-out hits.
Didn't exactly square that one up, but sometimes you don't have to. Really not a pitch you want to swing at if you don't have to, because it's almost impossible to hit anything that far inside with any type of authority. That one tied him up, but still able to guide it into the outfield somehow.
Dominic Smith in the box now. Takes strike 1. 2 on, 2 outs. Oh, look at the stop. Nicely done for the out. They strike for 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and a couple left on. End of the first from Truist Park. It's the Braves 3 and the A's nothing. Back here in Atlanta, on now to the top half of inning number 2.
They're off to a great start, 3-run lead after their first inning, but so important to be airtight defensively. Don't give away extra outs and allow that other club to get back in this ballgame.
Jacob Wilson, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball 1.
A 3-0 lead is great, but you can't get too comfortable. Got to stay aggressive, keep attacking hitters, try to cruise through this ballgame.
That's a ball.
Holmes, in his second season, 29 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2014. (2-0). Ripped to third and caught.
That at bat is a positive sign, even though it probably doesn't feel like it. You hit the ball hard, but it doesn't always work out in your favor. Sometimes a defender is there to make a play.
Next up for the A's, Max Muncy.
Ball 1.
Let's go, Grant.
And the 1-0. Swings through that.
Here we go, Grant.
Ball to strike. The pitch. Gets the slider in there for a strike.
Just a really nice slider down and in there. He wants to get the hitter thinking fastball, speed him up, and just subtract some velocity and add a little movement.
Got him swinging.
Just a great slider right there. And I think the key for pitchers and what hitters don't want to see is if a pitcher misses with that pitch, that he misses off the edge of the strike zone rather than in the middle of the strike zone. And right there, excellent execution, and it finished up in a perfect spot.
Two down, nobody on. He swings and fouls one off. That's in there.
Looks like he's just sizing him up there. Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may be a pitch that he turns on.
That one missed. Battling here as he fouls it away. Two now. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Pitch misses. Ball three.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
Set down on strikes. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. A's go quickly and quietly there. They trail in this one 3-0. Bottom half of inning number 2. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Jorge Mateo.
No, that's a ball.
On a bounce right side. Tosses to the pitcher covering the bag. Quick recovery from the misplay pays off for the out.
Right fielder, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Here's Acuna now. 1 for 1. He led off the bottom of the first with a single.
Filling up the strike zone hasn't been the problem so far. It's the quality of the strikes. That's been the real issue. And you look at the first inning, that's what we saw. Too many pitches out over the plate.
Swings through that one. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And the 0-2. Got him. 2 away.
Up next for the Braves, catcher Drake.
2 outs, base is empty. Now it's the Atlanta catcher, Drake Baldwin. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far.
Ball one.
There's a swing and a drive. Out of here. He leaves the yard to right. And they boost their lead. It's 4-0.
Anytime you have a pitch down the middle of the plate, the percentages go up for the hitter to do damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there at the plate.
So 2 down. So here's the Braves designated hitter, Matt Olson.
Strike one.
0-1. Way inside.
Straighten him up a little bit.
And a swing and a miss there. Two down, bases empty, but one run across. Bottom half of inning number 2. That's too
That's
low.
the ball.
And it's 2-2. Just missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Hit on the ground to short. To first. That's the inning. One more for Atlanta on the homer. It's now a 4-0 ball game. Top half of the third inning, and now here's the A's catcher, Austin Wynns. Foul ball there. And the 0-1. A little out front there as he swings through it.
Well, you got the hitter already chasing that nasty slider. If you're on the mound, you just want to expand the zone right now. Get a swing and miss and get through this at bat.
This one popped up. Mateo has a beat on it. One up, one down.
Batting ninth, center
And
fielder,
here's a look at how
Denzel
he's
Clark.
using his pitches in this one. Here's the center fielder, Denzel Clark. This is a guy who's in the lineup first and foremost because of what he contributes defensively, Chris. And when you talk about preventing runs from being scored, this guy is a big contributor. Swings through that.
I was always told it's hard to take you off the field when you play really good defense, especially at a premier position, and that's what he does.
Comes up empty. And delivers outside. Here's a 1-2. Next offering misses down and away. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Well, that slider down and away, it's just kind of a slow death. With 2 strikes, you're looking to protect, and halfway to the plate, you know you've committed, and you know you're going to have no chance of touching it. Tell you what, sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
Langoliers stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. Just missed. And a base hit right there. And that extends the inning.
Up next for the A's.
Pretty good
First
changeup
baseman,
on the outside
Nick
corner,
Kurtz.
but he did exactly what you're supposed to do with that pitch. See it deep and keep your hands inside it to drive it the other way.
Next to hit, Nick Kurtz. The 0-1. Hammered down the right side, but foul. Swing and a ball lifted in the air, shallow left field, and it falls. So that's 2 straight 2-out hits.
Hey, whatever works, right? Doesn't have to be impressive. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game.
Here's a big power threat. Brent Rooker single to right in his first trip. In for a strike. It's 0-1. Two on, two outs. And that one fouled off. Here's the 0-2. Swings and misses at the breaking ball in the dirt. Got him. Inning over on the strikeout. A's strand a couple. They trail it here 4-0. Back in Atlanta Truist Park. Now the Atlanta cleanup hitter, Austin Riley.
Well, I think this is an important inning on the mound for him in this game. He's got to find a way to settle things down and give some length in this start.
This one in the air right field. This one looks like trouble. And that's going to get into the corner. Safe at second with a leadoff double.
Up next for the Braves, left fielder, Mike Yastrzemski.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Mike Yastrzemski up here. Grounded out his first time up.
That's out the corner.
Man at second. Outside corner, there's a strike. The Athletics have some bullpen action. Jacob Lopez, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Barlow, the right-hander, also getting loose. Swing and a miss. And a count 1-2. Can't glove it cleanly. Still finds a way to get off a throw, but it's not in time. Base hit.
Up next for the Braves, second baseman.
First and
Ozzie
second, no
Albies.
outs. Ozzie Albies. Next up for the Braves. Singled and drove in a run his first time through. Rolled softly, but that goes foul.
You know, these Braves putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. Looking at the numbers, they've got 4 hits when they're behind in the count. That says they are absolutely battling at the plate and just not giving up, despite what the count says.
That
That's
one
a ball.
missed.
And if you're a manager or a hitting coach, you love to see your team really fighting for every at-bat, every pitch. It tells you a lot about how they showed up to the ballpark today.
That misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again.
Oh.
3-2 now.
Well, the good thing so far is that he hasn't issued any free passes. Unfortunately, they're making pretty good contact, so not getting the swings and misses and making that defense work behind him.
Payoff pitch. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Line drive, base hit. They won't test it here. Bases loaded, no
Up
outs.
next for the Braves. Center
Anytime
fielder,
you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. J.T. Ginn will depart, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this.
Now pitching for the
So a new pitcher on the mound for the A's, Scott Barlow.
Really tough spot to come into out of the bullpen. Bases loaded with multiple outs to get in a tight ball game. A lot can happen right here.
And next for Atlanta, Michael Harris II. 1 for 1 with a single so far. The 1-0.
You need a strikeout, and you need a ball perhaps on the ground for a double play, or get yourself a pop-up, something, but you've got to make some pitches. But if he can battle and get through this, he can earn some points.
Bases loaded, nobody out here in the last half of the third. That one catches the zone. 1 and 2. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout. And that is a big first out.
Well, Boog, I'll tell you, when he goes to look at the video of that pitch, he's going to want to punch himself. That slider had "hit me" written all over it, and clearly he just got a little too excited and was out in front. Tell you what, when you get a pitch like that, you cannot miss it. Those have a chance to go a long way.
All loaded up. Now it's Dominic Smith. He's 0 for 1.
No, that's a ball.
The 1-1. That's a strike thanks to the sweeper. Up the middle. Looks to second. That's one. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning.
Just trying to sneak one through with the bases loaded, but an excellent job by the defense to turn that one and get out of this jam.
Back at Truist Park, now the left fielder, Tyler Soderstrom.
Tyler Soderstrom.
The other way. Hops over the wall. That's an automatic double.
The automatic double kind of feels like enjoying cruise control in your car, Boo. You don't need to keep the pedal down as you cruise into second base. Just no worries in the world. You know what? He put a really good swing on that one.
Now it's the shortstop, Jacob Wilson.
Oh.
Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Top half of inning number 4.
Oh.
Movement in the Atlanta bullpen. Bryce Elder, the right-handed sinker baller. He looks to be readying himself. Fuentes getting loose as well. Just off the inside edge.
Good pitchers make pitches in big situations, and right here with a middle of the order hitter up, runner in scoring position, he's got to find a way to throw a quality strike.
That's in for a strike. And a slider in there for a strike.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
Man at second. Line, and that's a base hit. Headed for the plate. The throw in. It's off the mark, and he scores. They're on the board, 4-1.
Third baseman,
Max Muncy digs in now. His first at-bat was a strikeout.
You know, these Athletics showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
Strikes him out for the second time today.
Well, he made pretty quick work of him right there. You look at the sequence, everything down at the knees and below. And some guys are good low ball hitters, but right there, they clearly had a plan to pound that part of the zone, and he wasn't able to put up much of a fight.
1 out man at first. Darrell Hernandez now at the plate. Swinging a foul out of play. That one at the knees for a strike.
Gosh, slider down and in from a same side thrower. There's really nothing you can do with that pitch. Just tip your cap.
Next offering is down low.
Really good slider. He's up there just hoping that it ends up off the plate away.
That misses. 2-2.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Wilson, the runner at first, with 1 gone in the inning. And they'll do it again. On the ground, 2 ball. Over to Albies. And their second double play of the day will end the 4th. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit. It's now a 4-1 ball game. Back here in Atlanta, now in for the Braves, Jorge Mateo.
Jorge Mateo.
Right through there for a strike. That one outside, and it's 1-1.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
Here's a 2-1. Up the middle, Wilson. And 1 gone in the 4th as they get the leadoff man.
Up next for the Braves, right fielder, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Braves lineup. Here's Acuna. Singled and scored back in the 1st. He's 1 for 2.
Ball. Strike. Woo.
On the ground to the left. Tosses to first. Already 2 gone here in the home 4th.
Up next for the Braves, catcher, Drake
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Scott Barlow is done. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute.
Now pitching for the A's.
So a new pitcher on the mound for the A's, Jacob Lopez. He's into the game with the bases empty. And the batter now, Drake Baldwin. He's already homered in this game.
That's the ball.
2 down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. And a strike in there. The 1-1. And that's pushed foul off to the left and out of play. Two down, nobody on. Stays alive. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. The 1-2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Braves go down quickly here as they hold on to a 4-1 lead.
Now pitching for
We're
the
back,
Braves.
and there's a new arm on the
Number
mound to start the
55,
5th. Bryce Elder. This is his first appearance of the season. Here's the catcher,
Leading off for the
Austin
A's,
Wins.
Catcher, Austin Wins.
Elder, first time we've seen him this year, and he was a 5th-round pick in 2020. On the ground to third. The throw to first. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Up next for the A's, center fielder Denzel Clark.
Digging in, it's the speedy outfielder Denzel Clark. He was a strikeout victim his first time.
Ball 1.
Well, he looks more
Ball 2.
focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
Pitch is in there. That's strike 1. Liner snagged at first.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Langoliers in the box again, takes a strike.
No, that's a ball.
2 down, nobody on, and we're at the top of the 5th. Just
Ball,
missed.
outside.
And now 2-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. 2 down, nobody on. Good job to fight that one off. Two down. Got him. Rusty Valentine rings him up. And 1, 2, 3 go the A's. And they trail it 4-1. We head to the bottom of the 5th. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Matt Olson. That one finds the zone. 0-1. Fouls one off out of play. Back to our left. Liner, and that should be extra bases. Around first, heading for 2. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
He has had such a good day today. I don't think he's going to want to leave when it's over.
A couple of doubles today for the DH. Here is Austin Riley. 1 for 2.
No.
Man at second. To the right side. Fires over to first. And that's the first out in the bottom of the 5th.
That's a good piece of hitting right there. It's early, but you still want to move the runner up and give your team a chance to score. That's exactly what happened, so you better believe your teammates are happy with you after that at bat.
Yastrzemski swings through it for strike 1. One away with a runner at third. Last half of inning number 5. The 1-1 is fouled off. And that one
That's low.
cutting but missing down low. And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit. Base hit and a run in to score.
Comes through with the RBI. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
And now the center fielder, Michael Harris II. Just missed. Swing and a miss. Looked off balance that time.
I think he was a little excited there, saw the fastball, but needed a step ladder to get to that one. He's going to have to tighten it back up if he wants to have a good at bat.
Hard hit, left field, base hit. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away. Dom Smith stands in. And a foul ball. Two on, 2 outs.
Whoa.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam. Battling here as he fouls it away. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Swing and a ground ball out to short. They limit the damage here. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now a 5-1 ball game. We're back, and here's a look at how we got to this stage of the game. Nick Kurtz, the next to hit.
First baseman, Nick Kurtz.
That one ripped, but foul.
You know, these A's just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
Oh.
The 1-1. Almost got him.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
3-1 is on the way. That one misses.
Take your bait.
So a leadoff walk.
Up next for the A's, right fielder, Brent Rooker.
Brent Rooker up next for the A's. He has, as they like to say.
Let me guess, Boog. Light tower power?
That's right.
Now, these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ballgame.
Up next for the A's, left fielder, Tyler Soderstrom.
1 out man at first. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Tyler Soderstrom. Tapper back to the mound. Over to Smith, and they get the out.
Up next for the A's, shortstop, Jacob Wilson.
Here's the shortstop at the plate, Jacob Wilson.
Picked up an RBI in his last at bat. Still their only run of the game so far.
Ball.
Runner at second, 2 down. And we're in the top half of the 6th. On the ground, right side. Slings to first, and that is the inning. The A's strand 1. They're down 5-1.
Now pitching for the
Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound. Mark Leiter Jr.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep this score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Jorge Mateo now. He's grounded out a couple of times.
Jorge Mateo.
The shortstop takes the ball.
Strike 1.
Here's a 1-1. Tap foul at the plate. And that's outside.
That's a ball.
And the count is 2-2. That one missed. High chopper to third. Muncy on to first, and that's one out as they get the leadoff hitter in the 6th.
Up next for the Braves, right fielder Ronald Acuna
And here is
Jr.
Ronald Acuna Jr. 1 for 3. And foul ball. Inside. Ball 1. The A's bullpen has some movement. Justin Sterner getting ready to go. Morales getting cranked up as well.
That's a ball.
Comes a 2-2. Out to short. Tosses to first. They get the out on Acuna.
Up next for the Braves, catcher Drake Baldwin.
So up next, Drake Baldwin. He launched a solo shot back in the 2nd inning of this one.
Yeah, that was great for these guys early on. Definitely helped them get off onto the right foot.
Pitch in the dirt, and that's ball 1. Swings through that one. And a swing and a miss. In the air, left field. Soderstrom on the move. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. Braves are set down 1-2-3. They're up 5-1.
Now pitching for
Welcome
the
back. We're in the
Braves,
7th. We have a new
number
pitcher on the mound,
75,
Robert Suarez.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Now the third baseman, Max Muncy. Who's
Third
0 for 2 with a
baseman,
pair of
Max
strikeouts.
Muncy.
The A's in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. I need a good at bat out of him right here.
Hup.
Now the 0-1.
That's the ball.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. That one misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
100 miles an hour, foul that off. That's a good piece of swinging. I won't say hitting because he didn't get a knock, but a good piece of swinging to keep the at-bat alive.
And it remains 2-2. Got him swinging. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout.
Well, they've had a great plan of attack for him tonight. I mean, finding all the holes in his swing and his approach, just frustrating for him up there. You strike out a guy 3 times in a game, I think that guy's got to go back and really study some video with his hitting coach, figure out how they're beating him, make this adjustment really quick because word will get around the league in a hurry.
The Braves bullpen has some activity. Didier Fuentes, the rookie right-hander, is getting loose. Lee also getting ready. The Athletics down by 4 here in the top half of inning number 7. Gets the call, and the count is 1-1.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end, trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
Ball to strike. Late with the swing there.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
And
Nope,
that
that's off the
just
plate.
misses. Stays alive. Two now. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first 2 batters he's faced in this one, getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter. I'm so glad I'm retired.
Wins at the plate with 2 away, swings through that one.
Well, as good as things can be, it can be a tough day at the office, even for the skippers. Seeing the offense just sputter, not able to get anything going.
2 down, nobody on. Now he breaks his bat. Throws to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. It's the Braves 5 and the A's 1. Back at Truist Park, they put themselves out front with a nice display at the plate. Take a look at the spray chart for where their hits have landed.
And they've really been peppering left field, as you can see from the graphic right here. Might be time for the defense to slide a bit towards that side.
Foul ball. 0-1 now. There's a swing and a miss. Bounced up the middle. Wilson throws to first in time, and one away in the bottom of the 7th.
Up next for the Braves, third baseman
Austin Riley at the plate.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
Riley thought that one missed, and here comes a challenge. Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. The 1-0.
Ball.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And there are 2 down.
First strikeout for him in this one. That splitter is maybe the go-to pitch when he's looking for a swing and miss like that. He throws it quite a bit, and that's a good example of the effect it can have on a hitter.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Mark Leiter Jr. gives way. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
now pitching for the
So a new
Athletics,
pitcher on the mound for the
number
A's,
60,
Justin Sterner. He's making his second appearance of the season. Here comes Mike Yastrzemski to the plate. This is a guy you got to keep an eye on when he digs in. Definitely been known to drop a drag bunt from time to time, and he's pretty good at it, Chris.
Yeah, and he creates a
Ball,
sense of
inside.
urgency for the defense because of the speed, because of the ability to put down that bunt.
He was late there, strike 1. Now you see even sluggers from time to time try and use the bunt really as a way to beat the shift. Two down, nobody on. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Way inside, and that hit him. He had him 1-2, and he ends up hitting him with a pitch. Ozzie Albies up to the plate. 3 for 3 with 3 singles.
Well, in an 0-0 count, not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
Oh, 0-2 now. Fastball is outside.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
Here we go, Ozzie.
Got him looking for the K. That was pretty nasty. Braves strand 1. They lead this one, though, 5-1. Back in Atlanta, Truist Park. We're at the top of the 8th. Denzel Clark getting ready to hit. Inside, just missed. Suarez in his 5th season, 35 years old, and he was born in Venezuela. Here's a 2-0. Swing and a miss. 98 on the gun. Pitch is in the dirt. Ball 3. That one misses.
That's 4. Take your
So
base.
leadoff walk.
Up next for the A's, the designated hitter, Shea Langoliers.
So back to the top of the order. And next is the designated hitter, Shea Langoliers. He's a catcher by trade, but the DH here in this one.
Did he go?
Langoliers tries to hold up, appeal to first. He did not go around. And the 1-0.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
Line drive, base hit, right field.
Up next for the A's.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Robert Suarez departs, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this.
Now pitching for
So
the
they turn to the
Braves,
lefty in this
number
spot, Aaron
49.
Bummer. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again. Nick Kurtz digs in now. Have to say, he's one of the most impressive young players I've seen in recent years.
Well, no question about it. His future is very bright. The city, the organization, both are excited about him. He has a lot to look forward to.
When you think about it, he may be in the league for the next 10 or 15 years. Outside, and the count even 1-1. Lefty out of the stretch, runners at first and third. Over to Albies. They get the out, but the run scores on the twin killing.
First and third, nobody out. You're thinking you've got it lined up for a pretty big inning right here. So that double play is pretty deflating. They get the run in, but now they're starting all over.
Base is empty after the double play. Brent Rooker up next for the A's.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the ninth, that closer's coming in.
Two down, nobody on. Up the middle. That's a base hit. And that keeps the inning alive.
Right there, does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there are a lot of hits there.
Next up for the A's, Tyler Soderstrom. The 0-1. Hit hard, but foul off to the left. The 0-2. Now he can't squeeze it behind the plate. Throw to second, not in time. He's there easily. Rooker up into scoring position now with 2 out on the pass ball.
This is something that'll happen to him from time to time behind the dish. The defense is a part of his game he's trying to improve, but right there just couldn't squeeze it, and it cost him.
Man on second, 2 down. And there's
That's
the
a
ball.
ball.
That's a little bit low. Jacob Wilson would be next if they can extend the inning.
Exactly the kind of bat you need in a clutch situation like this. Got to do whatever it takes to give him a chance.
And it's second. Ripped on the ground to second. Albies over to first in time. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. They get a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. It's the Braves 5 and the A's 2. Ready for the bottom of the 8th. Now in for the Braves, Michael Harris II. Swing and a ball popped up. Wilson under this one. And there's one down.
Up next for the Braves, first baseman,
Dominic Smith. Next up for the Braves. 0 for 3 in this one.
Oh.
The 1-1. What a stop. To his knee, the throw. Kurtz steps on the bag. Great play from his knees for the out.
Oh, that is such a tough play, but they make it look easy. They slow the game down. That diving stop right there, it's only part of the equation. Then you got to collect yourself, get up, make a good throw, and you got to get it there in time. That's the toughest part, especially when it's got to be on the money.
Two down, bases empty. Now it's the shortstop, Jorge Mateo. 0 for 3 with 3 groundouts.
Up.
Here comes the 0-1. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2.
This guy's not wasting any pitches. Hitters got to get into swing mode. This is a good time to expand the zone. Throw something maybe down in the dirt.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. On the ground, Wilson whips it to first. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. It's the Braves 5 and the A's 2. Welcome back, and here comes the closer, Raisel Iglesias. A chance at his first save of the year. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Jacob Wilson.
Well, the bat can be a little bit of a dance. Strike 1 here, but a few more pitches. We'll see how it turns out.
Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. And a good start to the inning. Singy, that's a start.
Yeah, as soon as that ball got through, I could see down in the dugout, guys pumping their fists. They know that they got a chance in this ball game.
And now Max Muncy. 3 strikeouts already. He's 0 for 3.
Oh.
The Braves trying to close out a 3-run lead here at the top of the 9th. Out towards right center field. Harris on the move to the gap. And there's one away.
Up next to the A's, second baseman, Darryl Hernandez.
Now it's the second baseman, Darryl Hernandez. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. That one fouled off.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. Always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
Ground ball right side. There's one. The tag, and that's the ball game.
What an exciting finish to this game. An amazing play right there. It's hard for the fans to go home. They want more. They're not ready to leave and head to their cars, but an outstanding job to keep entertaining all the way to the end.
And your final score, 5-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us.